And
Yeah, Salaki.
Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, we on.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Khan. So yeah. You there?
Okay.
Okay, Khan. Okay, Khan. So everybody in. I shalom, my brothers. Okay, Khan.
Shalom.
We're gonna go ahead and kick this off. Giving all honor, praise, and glory to you, to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Waha,
Kodash.
Kodash. Double honors to the hopefully like elder apostle slave to be saved. Lord will install those at the great millstone church. All right. On down to, the rest that's under this doctrine, the brothers here, at our congregation, giving all diligence and truth, faith, and sincerity. And on down, obviously, to the rest, just in general to the rest, the brothers, teaching this truth, from the elder brothers, you elder brothers, on down to the younger brothers, you younger brothers teaching this truth in all true faith and sincerity. To the rest of you believers, you men, women, children of the Israelite race, shalom. And to the rest, in the faith of Yahweh Shemiel Shah, specifically, and ultimately Salakia to the elect, those that will go on to be found to have been in the house of David, in which we hope to be. So we're back with another gathering, another assembly, which is a real focused portion of the spirit, pretty much assessing the times that we in, and going into pretty much the Lord's entire will, and in the increments it will be seen, which it will be seen. That's how we're going about this. Okay, that's how the Lord's giving it out. Okay, He's literally giving it out in increments. Matter of fact, we can get a quick scripture, 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, in the 37th verse, and we can also get let me grab it. I want to say that's Ephesians, the 5th chapter. Okay. And we can also get that in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Okay. Let's get that 2nd Ezra first. Yeah. Ephesians 5 and 17. And also we get that in Revelation, the 17th chapter. We'll probably hold that one so we can replace that with Romans, the 12th chapter and the 2nd verse. Let's go ahead and bring that out. And then brothers got scriptures, let them fly. All right. So let's kick it off. 2nd Ezra 4 and 37. Whoever got it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37. It says, by measure hath he have measured the times.
Can we get the word increment the definition of the word increment. Okay.
Come
on.
This is the Google definition for increment.
Yeah.
It says an increase or addition.
Go ahead.
Especially one of a series on a fixed scale.
See? It's one that's of a series. So it's a bunch of pieces that go, it's a piece that go with a bunch of other pieces, right? And it's on a fixed scale. You can't make that up. So the Lord is literally dealing in increments. But keep going.
It says increase, addition, gain, step up, supplement,
yep,
enhancement, enlargement.
Okay.
There's another definition here. It says cause a discrete increase in a numerical quantity.
Yeah, numerical quantity. All right. So pretty much, it says it's one of a series of regular consecutive additions, which is we see that now playing out, what has been deemed, as far as what's going to be the spirit of this year to be the turn up. You see, that's an increment. That's literally seen in what the Lord, in the way the Lord's dealing. He's dealing out increments. He's dealing with what increment being, once again, one, right, of a series of regular consecutive additions. We're only moving, he's consecutively bringing forth things, moving us closer to what his will, which once again will be recognized and finally seen, but recognized through the increments first and finally seen once all those increments together, all these pieces. People are going to completely see that the so-called natives that was originally in America and then being conquered, right? That being an increment, and then them getting conquered, right, by the so-called white man who would trail over here, kill them, and then that would be an increment, and then another increment added on that. He not only would kill them, take the land, he would go on and take the same land and build the very place you see that needs to be destroyed, a very abominable place. You see what I'm saying? And then you will see in the midst of that, when you rewind a little bit, the so-called Negroes come over here on slave ships, okay? In which they would, that would be another increment to add into, this consecutive series of pretty much downfalls, supernatural downfalls and conquests. You see what I'm saying? And then one will go on to see a time where these same people are reading the Bible, and people in general are reading the Bible, and they will see that increment put peaceful blindness, and they will read that what all of this was basically set up to perfectly understand the Bible, which is what? The will of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Period. The scriptures tell you how woe unto him that build a city with blood, stuff like that, man. So real quick, let me grab something real quick, Salaki. One will see, let me grab it. If a brother, I don't know if brother got, extra room, Salaki.
Okay.
I got a spot for one if you need it.
Your sound off.
Salaki. Let's grab 2nd Ezra then, 14, to prove this. 2nd Ezra 14 and so 2nd Ezra 14.
11.
Start at 15, 16.
Okay. Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 16, it says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall
See?
be done hereafter."
See, another evil, evils upon evils, a series of evils, right? They all go together. They consecutively went together. You know what I'm saying? And you will see another evil, hence increment added on, you know, which is how the Lord is what? Getting us to see, is doing what? Getting us to see his will. You see that? That's what we see, man. You know, you can literally see it when you open a Bible and you see these things called chapters now. Because remember, the Bible wasn't always in chapters and verses. So that would just be one big thing. But the Lord will be like, nope. You're going to see it piece by piece. Real quick, if you can finish that, we're going to go right back to that, what was it we was reading? The first one we started off, Second Ezra
4.
Yeah, kind of. That we're gonna come back there because we're done with the definition of increments. But real quick, let's go to Isaiah 28 and verse 10. You know,
Let me finish this one off.
Yeah, go ahead and finish.
Yeah, Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 16. "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen
Yeah.
shall be done hereafter.
Yep. Go ahead.
For look how much the world shall be weaker through age."
See, look how much that's dealing with quantity, much through what? Age, quantity. You see, age is simply a quantity of a bunch of numbers, of a bunch of time. It's a quantity of time put together year after year after year. Go ahead.
"So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein."
So the Lord, the Lord will have an angel come tell Ezra, the more time you see, right, 1 year of evil is going to be added unto with another year of evil. And this is going to keep making shit worse and worse. It's just increments. It's something we know is what? History. You see what I'm saying? History ain't really been nothing but goddamn bloodshed, man. Bloodshed, once again, conquest, proud ass kings. You see what I'm saying? Triumph, failure. That's really what your life is. Why you think when people get to New Year's Eve, they got a New Year's resolution? You know, it's another year of fucking hell that you're gonna try to not have happen unto you, man. You know, and when you look at all those years, you reflect on them because that's what niggas do. They basically see, you know, they just see hell, man. You know, but really what you're seeing is what? The Lord's will, because I don't want to get too lost in this thought. But this is how the Lord is dealing. Okay, and this is exactly how he's getting us and has gotten us to see, his will, man. The world, you like, the Lord really want to destroy America, bro. I thought 2021 was bad. I thought 2020 was bad. I thought 2019 was bad. 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 13, 12, on back, man. You see what I'm saying? Shit been getting worse every year. Niggas been getting softer every year. Niggas been getting more niggified every year. But then you have that cluster that will get stronger because it's a balance. You see? But you will have less of them and more of the other niggas. You know? That's why I say, the brothers got scripture. That's why I say,
Isaiah.
you know what I was saying? Brother had something else.
Gosh, like.
That's why I say on Second Ezra, the 8th chapter, how the course of this world bringing forth much, you know what I'm saying, mold and little dust, you know what I'm saying? See that? You know? But go ahead and bring that out to show that the Lord dealing in increments. You finished that, Mar?
Yeah, God.
You got it, whoever got it. Isaiah 28, start at verse 9. Watch this. Hey, also get Isaiah 26. We're gonna link up with this. Isaiah 26 and 9. But go ahead on that Isaiah 28.
This is Isaiah 28 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Mhm.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Pay attention. He said, whom shall he teach? So who the Lord going to show? You know, real quick, if we can get that word teach in the Hebrew, you know? Yeah, I shot you something too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kaka.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I got the word teach.
Go ahead, Mahar, on that move.
Kaka.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Me send this out. You got that, brother? Who got that? The Hebrew.
The word
I got the
teach
word
in
up.
Hebrew. Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Baruch Shalom.
Is Yarah in the Hebrew for the word teach. It says to throw, shoot, cast, pour. It says to throw water, rain. It says to point out, show, to direct.
See? Show. Look at the word show. Direct. You know? A show is literally a movie. You know?
Visual.
Yeah, it's right. That's it. You know? He's been showing us. We just seen a big ass movie here at there. You think about all the hell that, you know, took place in these individual years, like how we did the pretty much we covered, you know, the special for going into the so-called New Year 2022, basically all the shit that happened last year. You see what I'm saying? And then you're gonna add all of that to the shit that's gonna happen this year. And you're gonna, you know, you'll just see one big ass show basically if you put all that together. You know? And then when you go in your head, when you think about it mentally on a visual scale, right? Is you can see it. You're like, this is a big ass movie. This is basically all hell breaking loose. You know? But you gotta sit and assess it and put it in perspective. Like, wait, you know, it ain't like, you know, a nigga got shot yesterday, the nigga get shot, you know, next week, a nigga got shot 3 years ago. Really, when you sit down and assess it, you like, yo, it's a right. You prospect all those shootings, right? If you assess all those shootings, really when you sit down and assess it, you like, yo, it's a show of niggas getting shot. You know?
Yeah, kind.
And the Lord, and this is happening to specific people. Hence I said niggas. So the Lord, once again, because obviously you read the Bible, you go, okay, this is the will of the Lord. He said he killed, he healed, he wound, all of that, right? You like, yo, the Lord really showing us what? His will. You see that? For instance, since I say that, let's get to Isaiah 26:9, and we're gonna come right back to that. If you got more on that, the war, you know, you definitely got it, brother.
I got a scripture.
You got it.
Yeah, it's Habakkuk 2:3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Hold that, brother. Baruch Shah. Bring this out real quick. Bring it out real quick. Isaiah 26:9.
Con. This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 9. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night.
Uh-huh.
It says, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness.
See, who shall he teach? Hence, show. You know, the Lord saying he's going to also teach and show. He's basically going to teach and show ultimately what? His will, what he wants. Through what? Through judgments, which we've been seeing piece by piece. Okay? You got that, Thor, whatever you have, brother.
This is Habakkuk 2:3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Mm-hmm.
It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So just like we're, you're going into, brother, like about the, it being, we're going back to that word in the Hebrew, it being a show, a visualization. The Lord's pretty much putting a show on for you people, man. But it's only revealed for the men of the Lord, really, to understand, and to be able to see it, because everybody else they're not really able to see it. It's like a blank screen.
Yep, that's it. Go ahead and bring the Isaiah 28 and 9 back out real quick, unless you have more.
That was it on the definition.
Okay, you got it, brother.
It's Isaiah 28 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Mm-hmm.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
That's heavy, That's because really, what's milk? I kill, I make alive.
Okay.
Out of Lord form, it's really deep. It's a lot of milk, you know what I'm saying? So it's depth to a big glass of milk, it's depth to a deep glass of milk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real levels, man, but that's really milk. Now what's read that one more time, brother Salaki.
From the top?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 28 and 9.
Uh-huh.
Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Yeah.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Mm. So he said it's
drawn from the breast.
You got it.
Yep, and drawn from the breast.
Yeah. And what's the breast? The breast, well, where's breast found at? It's found in on a woman. Who's a woman? Wisdom. If a brother can get Sirach the 15th chapter, Sirach 15, and start at 1.
Okay. Sirach chapter 15, verse 1, it says, he that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that hath knowledge of the law shall obtain her.
Okay, come on.
And as a mother shall...
What does a mother hat give you? See that?
Okay.
You see? Come on.
It says, and as a mother shall she meet him.
Yep, shall she meet him. Come on.
And receive him as a wife married of a virgin.
Yeah. So basically that's upon you coming into the truth, because it said meet, meet. When is a mother meet her child? Once it's born. That's why Yahushua said you got to be born again. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what's the first thing that happens when you're born? You get milk. That's why Paul said, desire the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby. But you're going to get that upon this word, man. You see, as I just quoted, and David, he also went into this really quick in the book of Psalms. Let me get it. The Psalms in 131st chapter. Somebody can get it and start at verse 1. Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Brother.
It's Psalm chapter 131 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
A song of degrees of David.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, my heart is not haughty.
Shalom.
Read that one more time, brother.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Psalm chapter 131 and verse 1, it says, Lord, my heart is not haughty,
mm-hmm.
nor mine eyes lofty.
Mm-hmm.
neither do I exercise myself in great matters.
Mm.
Or,
See that? Go ahead.
yeah, or in things too high for me.
Woo. See? So the Lord's saying, if you really want to know what's going on, yo, you need to start with this milk. Because you got people that get the depths of things. You know what I'm saying? It's like when a baby trying to learn how to walk, and they're trying to maybe trying to get up and try to start walking real fast before it even understands the fundamentals of balance, you know, pace, simplicity. You know what I'm saying? You need to simply know, right? If people will simply know that the wages of sin is death, you see what I'm saying? If they will simply know that, you know, you reap what you sow, because people say that, but they don't really understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like on a simple level, you know. Because really, we know the scripture's manifold, so that's a lot right there. Really, that scripture, you know. But if you was just people would just simply understand that the Lord, He kills, He makes alive, you know. And I mean, think about it. You ask Jake what is sin, they don't know. Yo, what's sin? Sin is when you niggas. I done heard tons of them, you know, creative things, you know. And sometimes they'll be right by the spirit, you know, by zeal, but it ain't never really according to knowledge, if ever, you know. You know what I'm saying? And we know simply what the wages of the transgression. Sin is the transgression of the law, man. You know, 1 John 3 and 4. They don't know that though. So how the hell could you? How could this world go on and be successful? How could you go on and be successful? You know, how could you get salvation if you don't even understand the basics that the Lord wants us to understand? And does that mean just understand it and move on? No, you're supposed to become a master. I mentioned this quote by Bruce Lee a couple weeks ago. Bruce Lee said he doesn't fear, right, the man that has how does it go? He doesn't fear.
1,000 different moves, I believe, something like that.
No, he doesn't fear the man. Let me get the quote.
He doesn't fear the man that knows many kicks, but fears the one that knows one kick very well, something like that.
Yeah, I got it, bro. This is Bruce Lee says, "I fear not." This is his quote. "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." You see. So to be lethal, to be on a level, is to be a master of something. That's why Yahweh Shah told Nicodemus, you know, you a master, and you don't even, you know, you're supposed to master the milk. Did a lesson on that not too long ago. You know, that's in St. John the 3rd chapter. He had to, you know, tell Nicodemus, like, man, he could, because Nicodemus couldn't understand what we're going into right now, which is what? Being born again, which is how you have to understand that in order to also understand Isaiah the 28th chapter in that 9th verse, the breast and you know, all of these different things. You know, because with a mother and her feeding you her milk, right, that she's supposed to nourish you, right, so you can be stable out here. You know, that's why we here. We're not here to ooh and ah people. We're not here to fucking look cool. We fucking shit. We really peasants to everybody, you know. But see, this is where they getting it wrong at, because there's some real believers. Once again, as I said about the spirit, 2022 is becoming more of a heightened showcase of the true believers versus the non-believers. Okay, so they think when they look at all, it's way more camps that's not serious than it is that's serious and actually know what's going on, right? So you have that, but then you have in general them looking at all of us, all the camps, as just peasants. But see, what they don't understand, right? Even which is simply some niggas that's just reading the Bible and they want to, just be mad and because really, if you try to assess what they possibly could think about it, it'll show us how bugged out they are. But nonetheless, they look at us as just mad niggas reading the Bible. But see, what they don't consider is we mastering. They look at us like just mad niggas that read the Bible like everybody else. But they think they know it better than everybody else. No, we actually sit and do this week. This is the 58th time we've done this. You see that? And we ain't missed a week. You see that? So this is why when they come up, they should fear us because we're on that Bruce Lee level, man. We've been being nourished up. We've been being dealt with in a way to where we're stable. Period. We're becoming sound. What do you think Yahushua mean when he says endure? See, there's depth there. All he said was endure, and he walk away. But the creator of all things told you that, But on a simple level, he's telling you what? You better get in position to keep yourself stable, survive. And then someone telling you that there's a bunch of things one can do for that to be the case for you. So that's a lot. You see? But just winding it all back down, when you read St. John, the 3rd chapter, right? Getting back to the point, Nicodemus didn't understand being a or something. So he could truly, because that's why he didn't understand what Yahushua was telling him, because he didn't go through the same process.
I'm there if you want to read it.
Go ahead, start at 1.
All right. It's St. John chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher, come from God. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
See that? That's crazy. He said, except he be born again, right? That's what Yahushua, that's one of the basic things Yahweh told us, right? But Jake wouldn't listen. Jake wouldn't get it, and Jake would basically be put back through preschool when Yahushua came, Go ahead.
Kind. Verse 4, it says, Nicodemus said unto him.
We think that when you think you've mastered something and then somebody show you another layer to something simple, that's when you just be confounded. Like, oh my goodness. From smells to colors to sounds. I mean, the literal senses, the senses in general, that's something, I've been wanting to hone in on more, because that's the basic, building blocks of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you didn't have any of your senses. You couldn't see, you couldn't hear, you couldn't smell, you couldn't touch, you couldn't feel, you couldn't taste. You see? And these are very things that people got all fucked up, which is why they're dying and about to die, And then when you even think about those same senses on a spiritual level, that's where they kill you the most.
Right.
Hence, taste. A nigga with no taste will go put his rod in something with STDs. You see that? Just because he didn't have taste. They always say how dudes would just hit anything walking. Now, if you got taste, but since he doesn't understand that simple building block that the Lord created life off of, which is taste, he thought it was he thought it was as simple as just the shit he put in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But see, if he really got into the concept mastered the milk, right? Master milk, if you will, he would have never put his shit in shorty, you know? Straight up. He wouldn't have did it. And guess what? You wouldn't be on your way to die. Hence, let me make one more example. Magic Johnson, millionaire. Called AIDS though. Because he didn't what? He didn't master the milk. You know? Go ahead, bro.
St. John 3 and verse 4. Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old?
See? He didn't understand being born is really damn near everything manifold. If somebody tell you be born, is it just a baby coming out of a woman? But they think you bugged out when you talking on levels like that. No, them niggas fools. You know?
That's true.
Go ahead, bro.
Going to the topic with the milk and the meat. 1 Corinthians 3 and 2 says, I have fed you with milk and not with meat. For hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet are you able.
Yeah, exactly. The spirit brought that back up. You know?
Oh,
Yeah. No, that's it. That's the spirit. You know, doubling down on it. You know, that's the backing up of what we going into right now. You got it, Mahar.
Yeah, Khan.
Uh-huh.
St. John chapter 3, verse 4. Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old?
Right.
Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born?
Now watch this. Go ahead.
Yahushua answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yeah, and see, when you're born of the spirit, you can do anything. Meaning understand, and understanding is how the hell you gonna get out of here. So that's critical. If you can't become a spiritual creature, you know, how the hell can you get out of here? You can't. Because if you stay carnal, you're gonna die. Get you some bridges, nigga. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, verse 6, it says, that which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit.
Come on.
Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
Wow. He like, this fairly simple. And he really talking to him simple about something simple. But it really ain't that simple, you know? So when you get ahead of yourself, you will miss things. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, verse 8, the wind blew
niggas that get built up in the doctrine and they fucking fall out, man. Niggas turn into encyclopedias. And they obviously missed, you know? That shit crazy. Bro, bitch get ass and titties and she forget that she gotta have hygiene. You know, she just, you know, she a lady. You a woman, but you forget, you know, it's a guideline that you should have. It's boundaries, you know? She forgets she got one hole, you know? Bitch got 3 rods in it, you know? Like, I'm just being real, man. It's one. You got one. Like say how Jake be saying, you got 2 eyes. What they say, you got 1 mouth and 2 ears for a reason. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. St. John chapter 3 and verse 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the spirit.
Yep. Good.
Nicodemus answered and said unto him, how can these things be? Yahushua answered and said unto him, art thou a master of Israel, and knowest not these things?
See? That's crazy. How can you be a master if you don't know the simple things? Hence, if you ain't mastered the simple things. See that? So let's go ahead and jump back. Okay. I think we was reading Psalms 131 last. Let's
Yeah,
read that. Then we're gonna go back to the Psalms, to Isaiah. Then we're gonna go ahead and get going. Like I said, brothers got scriptures. You already know. Go ahead.
It's Psalms chapter 131 and verse 1. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, my heart is not haughty.
See, this is what you want to get in your system now. You know, men don't understand the simple basics of fasting, man. You know, of praying, you know, of reading, of being humble, you know, of wanting to listen, you know, of you know, hard work. You know, these simple basic things like that got the whole world about to end right now. You know, it's gonna end. It ain't even about to. It's about to end as it was written to, you know, do. And it's because of these very things, man. Go ahead.
Time. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, my heart is not haughty, nor mine eyes lofty.
Mm-hmm.
Neither do I exercise myself in great matters, or in things too high for me.
Come on.
Surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child.
It's David. So really everybody in the house of David has this ability and sincerity, you know? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because you got men that'll get quiet because they're in their feelings. You see what I'm saying? Then you got men that get quiet because they understand you can peep and hear everything. You know what I'm saying? Because the show must go on, so you ain't got time to get in your feelings. And the show gonna go on without us, any of us. You know, like Ace said on Paid in Full, when he got shot. You know, he was getting a lot of money and stuff like that, and you know, streets and all that. You know, but niggas was still getting shot and making money, even when he was gone. You know, that's how this truth is, man. The page is still gonna flip no matter who fall the fuck out, man. You know, go ahead.
Psalm chapter 131 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child that is weaned of his mother.
See that? That's heavy. That's what'll happen upon you developing the right way. You know, you will see what it's about and what's going on, man. You'll be able to move accordingly. Once you've been weaned from the milk, man. That's why when you come in humble. You know what I'm saying? You come in with fear. Fear is your biggest thing. How the fuck you gonna come in not fasting? How you gonna come in and think you fast one time and you good twice, 3 times? You know what I'm saying? You was just somebody the Lord was gonna destroy completely. You know, using all type of shit. You was completely against. You know, this go for everybody. This was my disposition. I'm sitting in the truck sweating, fucking, you know, fasting my ass off, being called a bum, all type of shit. You see what I'm saying? Just to you know, make amends with your how boss me outside so I can understand what I need to. Because basically that's a moment of basically realizing I don't know shit. So let me pull over to the side of the road and not give a fuck what anybody think and learn this truth. You know? Them the things that count. You know? Well, it's caught up in a damn persona you don't got. You don't have an image. Kill your brother made a lesson on that. Kill your image. Bury your image, man. You see what I'm saying? You come in looking a certain way. You trying to still hold on. You still don't get you not shit. And the Lord and the time ticking on you, man. You know? This is the mindset one should have, man. You know, let me strip life back down to its bare necessities. I don't need all these clothes. I don't need none of this shit. You know, I just need this body to keep working, and I just need to keep it alive long enough while I just completely go into the spirit and try to connect, you know, with the one I know that gives me breath through finally understanding this word and truth and faith and sincerity. And however you tell me I am to move with trying to do this, these are the things I need to do. You know, If he say this don't count, okay, it don't count. If he say, you know, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. You see? And this is exactly how you get built up the right way, man. And you become what? Stable. That's you starting over. That's you being born again. You know, you might have been the flyest dude in the world. You had all the women, you know, you was fast. You had all the aspirations. Everybody thought you was a genius. Your family loved you. You was your mama's favorite son and some shit like that. That shit don't matter. That shit was a lie. You see, that shit is the thought process, which is why upon the earth, it's the very thought process that's the main thought process of the earth, which is why this earth is about to be damn near destroyed. You see, damn near. Like literally damn near. It's not going to be destroyed, but it's going to be damn near destroyed. That's why America will be fucking everything you ever knew. All the photo albums you ever seen of your family, your granddad, when they was hooping, and all that shit is about to be brought to smithereens. All of it. And the Lord has been showing this. He's really, I'm not even going to go back to that. He's showing us that's in this truth now, this and what? Once again, increments. 1, 2, 3, but he has to get us to see it in order. You can't go 3, 7, 8. No, you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The best martial artists are disciplined. You see? Go watch a Bruce Lee movie, man. They couldn't take him off his shit. Remember what Neo was being taught by Morpheus? It didn't matter how, you know, I'm gonna shut up in a minute, but it didn't matter, Lord willing. It didn't matter how Morpheus felt about it. It didn't matter how much Neo felt about it. It didn't matter how much Neo threw up. You know, he showed Neo he couldn't even fight. He said, quit. He's like, just hit me already. Neo like, yeah.
Quit trying to hit me and hit me.
Right. You know, that's what we in the process of right now. And if you can't deal with that process, you're not what? You're not the one. That's what Neo stood for, you know?
Yeah, all right.
The anagram, you know? So that was talking about us, man. But go ahead, bro. If it was more on that,
Yep, it's a little bit more.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Psalms chapter 131, verse 2. So surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child that is weaned of his mother.
Those that seen Naruto, remember when Naruto was trying to learn remember what it took for him to learn what?
Yeah, Rasengan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to start all over. He was too bugged the fuck out.
Hmm?
He had to meditate and quiet himself. You got, and hence humble yourself. You got to start over. A baby can't act like it's not a baby, you know? Imagine if a baby was too proud to cry. That's it. It'll die. It'll die. Imagine if it was too proud to ask for help, because that's basically what a baby doing when it's crying, is asking for help. Imagine if the baby was too proud and was just like, you know, that's one dead baby, man.
Yeah.
No, the baby ain't proud. The baby, you know?
No matter where you say, you know.
Right. Yeah, the baby ain't, yeah, that's heavy, no matter where it's at. Yeah, see? One's coming here like, what the fuck y'all talking about, man? These niggas.
So a baby don't care about its image or what it look like, you know. That's just gonna ask for help regardless.
Yep.
They need it. Nope.
Yeah. That's it, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. We're gonna get to Isaiah 29 and get these other ones we was holding there. You know,
say if I can real quick.
Of course, you got it, bro.
You gave a good example of Naruto, but it like further than that, you know, that's that when he was learning the stage mode, you know, because that took a lot of diligence for him to like hone in on himself,
right?
You know, because he had to go to like the toad realm, you know what I'm saying? Basically, he was in a heated situation to where if he ain't get it right, you know what I'm saying, he'd start turning into a toad and then he'd turn into a stone. you know. So it's like he had like basically he was like on eggshells almost, you know what I'm saying? In the sense of like he had to be cautious about every move he was making, or else it could lead to his death, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I ain't watched that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you going into the details.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
I was gonna say too, just to throw in the fact that, an attribute of Naruto is they call him the number one hyperactive. Basically Naruto is a all over the place type dude. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so for him to like be able to focus in and hone in onto anything is significant.
Because that was something that everybody noticed about him, to where they started giving him praise for it. Because he was like all over the place, but then he slowly but surely learned how to like contain himself. You know what I'm saying? Like basically him knowing which moments to be sporadic in and which moments not to be.
Yeah. Hey, for those who ain't seen it, man, watch Naruto. It's one of the heaviest. It's heavier than Dragon Ball Z to me. We grew up on Dragon Ball Z. Me and the brother right here. My heart. But I actually got put up on it. You know what I'm saying? And I had told him, and we
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z heads. And I'm
yeah.
like, no, what's better than? he witnessed it. But this Jake of the World, he put me on. That we used to roll. His name was Dion, and this young dude. I used to see that shit when we was younger, growing up. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, you remind me of Kakashi. You know what I'm saying? I was like, who? And then he was like, you ain't never seen Naruto? And I was like, nah. He was like, watch it. Now watch that shit, man. It's so many damn. It's just so much depth to life in it, And then I ultimately got why he said that shit, Just how I be moving and some shit, But yeah, Naruto is definitely one of the is one of those spiritual examples the Lord set up again, man. You'll learn a lot from that shit, man. Whole lot. Especially the earlier episodes, But yeah, man. Shit like that. That's simple. You was growing up watching cartoons, thought they was just, but not knowing it. You didn't know as a shorty the Lord's incorruptible spirit is in all things. You know what I'm saying? You had no clue. Watching, understanding. But anyway, go ahead, bro. Let's go ahead and finish that Isaiah 29 and then get these other ones. And then we're gonna cut this one short.
Yeah, let me finish the Psalms 131 and 2. It says, my soul is even as a weaned child. Yeah, that's it on it.
Yep, his soul is as a weaned child. Meaning basically, what is a weaned child? Besides Brother Parr, anybody know what a weaned child is?
A weaned child?
Yeah.
Somebody that's already off the breast.
Huh?
Somebody that's already off the breast.
Yeah, it's a baby off the breast. It's a baby off the breast. And you learn that with having kids and shit. But anyway, see that's simple. Lord put simple, shit crazy, man. Having kids, you understand the Bible, But anyway, yeah. So when you off the breast, you don't need the milk no more. That's basically the point of a child being weaned, because the woman's milk really helps the child's brain develop. You know what I'm saying? And function and everything. So when the baby is weaned, it's off the breast, but it's because it don't need the milk no more. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's at the stage to where now it can handle meat. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna still drink milk, but it don't need the breast per se. The vital, fundamental, elements to function. So So that's really the point, you know. So yeah, off the breast, but that's why, because they don't need the milk, which is what the breast hold. But you got it. Whoever had that, Isaiah 28. Brothers got something?
Con.
Go ahead.
I got Isaiah 28.
You got it, brother. Anybody got a scripture?
Yeah, live.
Okay. Okay, you got it, brother.
Con. This is Isaiah 28 and 10. It says, for precept must be upon precept.
See?
Precept upon precept.
No, start back at 9.
Con.
Start back at 9.
Con. Isaiah 28 and 9.
Uh-huh.
Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Yeah, read it again, brother.
It says for
Like it.
Isaiah 28 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Yeah, say
them that are weaned from the milk.
Yeah. No, yeah, Khan, it's damn saved. Any damn way. But so pretty much that's what the Lord is doing in actuality. It's not actually a titty, it's not actually milk. It's the word and the basic fundamentals of it. Because this word is going to guide us and nourish us to being able to be stable in these times that's going to happen. It gives us the reason and understanding for the world around us. You know what I'm saying? It helps us do that. You know, but you, in order to do that completely and wholly to your advantage, you need to start with the milk. You need to get the basic principles of life, which people don't have, which is why the fucking world is ending. You see what I'm saying? Period. That's exactly why. A bitch don't understand she can't fuck everybody. A nigga don't understand he can't touch any, you know what I'm saying? You can't do and say at what you want, bro. You can't just eat. How you gonna take an animal the Lord created for this and you eat them? And people keep doing shit like that. You're destroying the creation. You know? So this is why we understand, you know, these things. All right? Go ahead, bro.
I got a scripture out.
You got it, bro.
It's 1 Peter 1 and 23. It says, being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible. It says, by the word of God, which liveth and abideth forever. And like the brother was saying, this is why the world is going to end, because you got people who are that weren't born again, you know, and that are of a corruptible seed, meaning perishable. You know,
and when you really,
that's gonna,
go ahead,
something that's not going to last. You know, you got it out.
Yeah, this is something we're going to go ahead and put out now. Everything you read in the Bible is chiefly to the church at this point. It's been that case. And me and the brother was talking about this last night, and the Elder Gabar went on. I watched the lesson this morning, and he confirmed it. You know what I'm saying, about the spirit. Like, it's a new lesson he just made. We were just talking about this. Basically, the class/understanding we had last night. We basically was talking after, and you got to keep in your head everything that was going on during that time was, you know, the issues amongst the church, which is nothing but Jakes. And that, but that ain't nothing new. That's always been a concern. This book is family business. You see what I'm saying? So when you read Revelation 2 and 9, when you read Revelation 3 and 9, that's not talking about these fucking fake Jews. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, it is because it's the scriptures manifold, but that's chiefly talking about the church. Like, hence, we see those that say they are Jews and are not, but the synagogue of Satan. Amongst those that pick up the Bible, amongst Jake, from TD Jakes to those that actually know they're Hebrew Israelites. That's what it's talking about. And it's always been the case, you know, brothers, you know, this has been the case. It's just, that's the way initially people going to get it. Because the brother said something about the spirit. He said, basically, that's the milk. I forget what part you said was the milk. But basically, I know I was like, no, really, the deep part is the fact that it's talking about just Jake. You see what I'm saying? But even and so the easy way for us to understand this and relate it to themselves is just that way. But in actuality, it's talking about us. So when you read that scripture you just read, that's talking about the Jews that was constantly pushing the carnality of worshiping Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua, which one can't do. And we know that's true because that's the very thing we see right now. You see? So it's not to one up you or nothing like that. It's just, it's time to go ahead and put this thing, address this thing for what it really is now, or we ain't gonna make it. Because if you still thinking at this point, the Lord is concerned with the Jews that come up to us, right, and ask us what we think while they whole time Jews, but they won't even mention that because they know that's not even nothing to even entertain. Of course we're not Jews. You guys are Jews. You see what I'm saying? If you still caught up in that argument, you ain't gonna make it. Everything that's going on is concerning the church right now. Completely. That's why so much happening in the spirit right now. The Lord he's focused specifically on the house of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua. These other niggas in this book just have judgments written. It has nothing to fucking do with them. The Lord already said how he feel. He said they are spittle. He's not even fucking concerned with them. So that's not to say everything in here is just chiefly to the church. Most of what you read is to the church. And it's to Jakes that don't want to be in the church, But this is pretty much their destiny. Like, nigga, you was born for this, So that's talking about them, That's talking about these fake ass Jews, man. Brothers that come in, don't really believe, Brothers that want to make it about something they want to make it about, But, I'll say less on it. So, as I said, not to one up you. It's just this particular session is just going into these particular things by the Spirit anyway. We need to understand, by the milk, we need to get, we need to properly be nourished so we can really be stable out here, man. So when niggas come up with these conversations about, Revelations 2 9s, 3 9s, we understand that's not even really the concern. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Those that really believe are concerned.
None of these.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if I could add, like, none of these other nations could even be born again. Like an Edomite, they can't be born again because, like, the gospel it's not for them in the first place, And then, like, Deuteronomy 29 and 29, it says, the secret things belong to the Lord, our God. It says, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, being the Israelites, And then these Jakes, they don't have Yahushua, and that's the biggest way. That's the only way you can make it out, So it's you gotta be born again by this word, Yahushua.
Yep, that's it, man. And chiefly, once again, to the family. When you look at it like that, you're like, damn, this deep, this that deep. Like, the Lord's eyes really only on the Israelites, completely. We keep, like, when you say the incorruptible crown, that's not ultimately going into, you know what I'm saying? Really, the focus is not the Kobe's and Jordans and shit. It's the ones that's trying to get on here and get some vainglory or that's in the truth. That's like, the Alizars and, the damn whatever these men true attention is, man. They trying to, chase a corruptible crown, man. The Lord not worried about a nigga in the world, really, man. The concern is the church. It ain't nothing for the Lord to kill a nigga that don't know nothing or don't want to know nothing. It's real when a nigga that, like, hence the Lord just capped it off with Kodak Black. That nigga came amongst the church. He claimed it and everything. He really was born again. He attempted to be born again. I'll put it like that. He didn't complete the process. # Levite, man. Now look. And the Lord's going to start numbering it down to amongst us. You see what I'm saying? So it was never about this glory, cute shit. I know the most, you know. It's about just really shutting the fuck up and getting the fuck out of Yahweh Shemel Shah way. You know, learning this truth and serving Yahweh Shemel Shah. That's really what it comes down to. You know? It's just throughout time, man, get lost in the time during the time we're waiting for Yahweh Shah, and ego come out, and men think it's about a battle and a debate and all this other shit, and niggas start ego tripping and forget the whole point. We here. I came here not to die. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemel Shah, so I don't die. You know, I came here to understand that I wasn't shit. I'm not scared to admit my story. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You know? And when you sincere, the Lord gonna deal with you sincere. You know? And just because you getting gain, that don't mean the Lord really dealing with you. You know? That's why I say, woe unto you that increase. You know? Men professing that gain is godliness from such a void. That's why I put, hey, I t-shirted, man. Straight t-shirted, nothing. You know? Because that's what it's about to come down to anyway. And the only thing that's gonna get you out of this shit is understanding. Is just the pure nature. The pure nature. You know? Understanding the brother, your brother, you ain't trying to one up your brother. You know, it's not a damn competition, a fucking race. It's nothing. You know? It's like nothing. It ain't nothing to fall back. It ain't fucking nothing. Go ahead, bro. Did we finish that? And let's finish Isaiah 28. I know we got second Ezra 4. And is there anything else we have holding? Revelation 17, too.
Ephesians 5 and Romans. I forget, Romans 12 or 11, I believe you said.
Let them fly.
We also had second Edges, the 4 and 37. We never finished it.
Yeah, Khan just said that. Khan.
Okay, Khan.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
This is Isaiah 28 and 10. It says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
So the point of bringing this out originally was just to show how the Lord deals, which is what? In increments. You see, you go back into the word increments. Do we still hold it? Have it?
Con, I could get it.
Okay, Khan, brother. You got it.
This is the word increment in the Google. It says an increase or addition, especially one of a series on a fixed scale.
Yep, that's exactly it. You read in the if you read it in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says one of a series of regular consecutive additions. The Lord always built like that. See that? So let's go ahead and read that second Ezra. Matter of fact, yeah, go ahead. Let's see. We got what you brother say. We got Ephesians 5, second Ezra 4.
Yeah. Then I'm not sure what you called in Romans, and then it was one in Revelations as well.
Romans 12 and 2, and Revelation 17. Okay, so the Revelation is dealing with the will. The Ephesians 5 is dealing with the will, and Romans 12 is dealing with the will. Now the second Ezra is just further showing on a further level how the Lord is really dealing in increments, which is what, you know, all of these things that has happened, you know, that needs to happen and it's not happening, you know, ultimately down here on the earth and people's lives and what people learn and people's walks, you know, whether they apply them or don't, or acknowledge them or don't, you know, to ultimately just come together. And when you read this book and you see it as what? The will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. You know? Go ahead on that second Ezra 4.
Okay. Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37 says, by measure hath he measured the times. It says, and by number he hath numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Man, you see? So he's letting everything pile up. You know, he like, yo, I taught you milk. I taught you baby. I taught you breasts. I gave you, you know, slave ships. I gave you you know, right and wrong. I gave you, you know, sorry. You know, I gave you seasons. You know what I'm saying? I gave you humble. I gave you proud. You know, I mean humility. You know, whatever, man. And all these things have just been coming in whatever form, ultimately to see the will of Yahweh Shem shot, man. It's like a big ass painting that's playing out, man. You know? I gave you dirty, I gave you clean. Well, here come fire to clean. You know? You don't clean something that ain't dirty. You see that? So he's been dealing with, in order for me to give you damn clean, I have to give you dirty. You know? In order for you to, you know, same or vice versa, flip it. You know? So you really just been seeing what? Literally, in reality, line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. The brother had he put out a, you know, a powerful example of that, man. The adultery situation. Shorty got stabbed, like, man, that shit was crazy. And it was so simple. You know? One hoe for one husband, man. You know? She didn't understand that. She said, no, two. You know? Lord say don't do that. He said, if you do what he say don't do, that's sin and that's death. And that was literally the response. He walk in, I don't know if brother's seen the video, but he walk in, bust the door open, dude, and he stabbed dude with I'm talking about a long ass machete. He got jacked like at least a few times. He kicked him out the way and ran out, man. You know? And he tore his wife up. You know? That shit's crazy. He tore her up. Like she got hit about how many times you say, bro? Like he got go ahead.
I like 20 plus.
20. Y'all ain't seen that?
No, I ain't see it.
I'll drop it in the temple. If he don't drop, I'm dropping in the temple. Y'all need to see that. It's heavy. It's super heavy, man. You know, and you don't understand the severity of that until you in that situation. You know?
I say 30.
Maybe yeah, bro.
40, because he was rapid fire. He didn't stop.
Sometimes this shit was squirting. That nigga didn't stop. Crazy. And it looked that simple. Exactly what we going into. Like, okay, you did this, now you get that.
Right.
That's literally how the shit looked. All right, let's go ahead, move on. Did we finish that? The second Ezra?
Yeah, Khan.
Okay, Khan. Let's get the Ephesians 5. Yeah, let's get that. And then we probably ain't gonna get the Romans 12, I don't think.
If I can't, I got a quick scripture.
All right, go ahead.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7 says, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked.
Mm-hmm.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
You got it.
I just want to get that just because like how the brother said, you know, you did this, you get this, you know. What you sow is what you're going to reap, you know. Lord said if you sin, that's death. So, you know, that's just a scripture to back that up.
Yeah. You know. Go ahead, bro, on that Ephesians 5.
There's Ephesians 5 and 16. It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. It says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
See? How can you understand the will being in the middle? You know? And now we're starting to see the will because he's been showing it to us in increments. Every time somebody do wrong, where there's a thought, there's a death. You know, where there's an Instagram model, there's a dead body in an apartment. Where there's a Tinder date, there's a nigga that probably get robbed, you know? the scriptures say how many have ran out of their wits for women, man. You know, First Ezra. You know, that's you know, where there's a sin, there's one that's gonna get hustled. You know, where there's pride, here comes destruction. You know, and that's exactly the mentality that's about to get us the fuck out of here, man. You know, this because it ain't it's my mentality, you know, but it's the mentality that a Hebrew Israelite is to have, you know. It's the mentality I have formulated speaking for myself of what is required of us according to the scriptures. You know, that's why people always tell us, tell me what you think. Bitch, this is what I think. This is what you're supposed to think. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. You know? The Lord said he declared unto us his thought. Hey, matter of fact, grab that real quick. Amos 4. Amos 4. We ain't brought that out in a minute. Amos 4. Okay, so if we can read that Ephesians 5 real quick.
Time.
No, we don't need it. We just gonna keep moving forward, you know. So the Lord showing us his increments, his will in increments. All right, let's get to Ephesians 4 real quick. And then if brothers got articles, scriptures, just let them fly, you know, after this. Go ahead, bro. Let's lock it. Amos 4 and start at 11, I want to say.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Amos 4 verse 11. I have overthrown some of you as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And ye were a firebrand plucked out of the burning. Yet have you not.
Hey, Salaki, if you could start at verse 10. Yep.
Amos 4 and 10. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword, and I've taken away your horses.
We see all that happening right now. You know, all those plagues that the Lord hit Egypt with before he was about to bring the children of Israel out, you know, and he was trying to tell the Pharaoh, like he was rebuking the Pharaoh the whole time through his men, the prophets. You see, motherfuckers was getting sick. His inhabitants, his civilians, the Pharaoh's civilians, his citizens was dropping dead. You know, they damn livestock was drying up. That's the equivalent of those boats sitting out there on the ships. I said those boats sitting out there on the ships. The damn ships sitting out there on the sea, man. Those containers, man. You know? And then the sword hitting the young men. That's Esau, you know, and you know, who's the cause of Black Lives Matter. You know? And then Jake, you know, gunning each other down through the vibrations of these drill songs, these trap songs. You know? You got it, bro.
Amos 4 and 10 continue, says, your young men have I slain with the sword, and have taken away your horses. And I have made the stink of your camps to come up unto your nostrils. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemi Yahushai.
Oh, that's spiritual. He said, and I have made the stink of your camps come up to your nostrils. Basically, congregations finding out that they congregations full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about the stink is going into what? The anointing. You know, anointing goes into the oil. You know what I'm saying? Now the anointing is spiritual, but from a cultural, historical, you know, heritage standpoint, the anointing will go back to what? The anointing oil before Jake got spiritual. Because before everything became spiritual, it was carnal. So when you think of stink for our culture, you think of the opposite would be what? Smell goods, the oil, right? The anointing oil. So he said basically the stink of your camps have came up, meaning what? You finding out your camps ain't anointed. They don't got the understanding. All you followers of GNOCC, they don't have the understanding. You see? They stink. Because if you anointed, when you got anointed oil, it don't stink. You know? Period. It's not supposed to, but then you got some, like the scriptures go into. I think that's Solomon went into that. He basically said the dead flies and the I forget how it goes, but it's like a bad ointment. You know what I'm saying? That's another link for this. But that's all that's happening right now. And what the Lord say?
Continue.
Yeah. You got it.
Amos 4:10 continue, says, I have made the stink of your camps to come up unto your nostrils. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord.
Meaning they don't understand me, nor are they serving me, but you still following them. You know? Why ain't been a big video on how thousands of members just left GOCC? Why ain't been a video on how however many members left Sakari? You see what I'm saying? IUIC. Just heard a word that pretty much Nate was seeing, according to Apostle Gabar from, the Apostle Tahar told him, and he said he ain't saying Christ no more, man. He's saying Lord. Why the fuck? So that point being, this man was teaching y'all Christ, and it almost got him killed. It might still get him killed. And now this man is denouncing that Christ shit, man. Christ. But you don't, and so everybody, all the members should see like, oh damn, he got us saying Christ. Damn, that's why niggas just fucked up. Damn, that gotta be why, because he ain't saying Christ no more. He's saying Lord. But you don't see a video on how which would show them, which should go on and be like, well, damn, this nigga been lying. Damn, this nigga stink. We need to return to the Lord. I was really here to serve the Lord, but most of you, what we learning right now, once again, 2022 is what? It's becoming a heightened showcase, an increase, a turned up showcase of the true believers versus the non-believers. Why the fuck haven't nobody left these camps, man? All these videos we do, every time I do a video on Jake going off in Israel, them videos get the most views, but don't nobody fucking be around for nothing else. Bunch of insincere ass niggas, man. Let's see how. Again, I dare you, brothers. See how many views this video get tonight in comparison to the GOCC video. Let's just see. You got the thumbnails and all that. What the fuck, Jake at, man? These niggas don't serve the Lord, man. That's why we know everything in this book is to the church. The Lord not worried about no pale devil. He going into slavery. He's not concerned with him, man. He's not fucking concerned with him. They've been lying to us. Lord not worried about Jordan. Fuck Jordan. He worried about the church, man. If we real believers, it's time to really get on motherfuckers' ass, man. Lord's been lying to our people. We spent time going to church. They got motherfucking parents. Your parents got you in church with a bunch of liars. People don't even serve the Lord. Whether he's at a Catholic fuck building or a damn Christian building, man. It's the same damn thing. They lie, man. Ain't nobody standing up. Then you bring this to your parents and you find out they don't worship the Lord. You basically find out they worship Satan. You like, oh shit. You find out everybody in the family worships Satan. Like straight up though. It's to the point with our people, what happened to Yahweh Shah is about to happen all over again. That's why he said, beware of men. Our people got our Lord killed, Slakia, murdered. Because they don't worship the Lord, man. So we gotta get the fuck. You gotta tie that in your game now. Get that in your package now, your crossover, your dribble. Get ready to cross over on these niggas, man. Supplant, keep the situation how you need to keep it in your benefit. But if you don't get this in your what's it called now, your package, your game now, you probably gonna end up like Yahweh Shah crucified on an actual cross, man. I don't mean like a literal cross. I mean you're gonna get fucking murdered. That's what I mean. Your uncle might sell you the fuck out, man, that you've been talking to the whole time. Your damn sister, your cousin, This shit happened. The whole book is to the church. Jake. And the issue with it is it was issues in the churches. That's what Revelation 1 through 3 is about. The first chapter, the second chapter, and the third chapter is talking to the churches. Not no fucking Jews, fake ass Amaleks, man, Amalekites. Go ahead, bro. It's a balance, so I gotta laugh. You got it, bro. You know, but you only laugh when you can laugh. You know, motherfucker don't even know where I'm at. You know, straight up. Yeah, you got a phone yet? I ain't got shit. Nah, you still winging it? Yeah, you know. Straight up, man. Don't trust these niggas farther you can throw them, man. And most of your family members overweight, so they ain't far. You know. Go ahead, bro. You know. Trust these niggas, man.
I got a quick question.
Yeah, niggas that sit on the phone. Hey, how you been? Yeah. And you ain't know they gonna be this. They'll watch your spirit leave your body, man. All those Christmases together. Thanksgiving, your favorite cousin, you know? Nigga, a peon, man. Go ahead, brother.
Not quite. You see,
Con.
Right,
Yeah, Con, I got a quick question.
Yeah, whatever y'all got, go ahead.
It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 17 says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues." It says, "And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them."
Since you're still going, let me just throw this in here real quick so I can get out brother's way. Look, with that's a good thing now to transition to, even though we're gonna finish the brother back, right? Times about, but with that right there, you gotta remember, even all this World War III shit brewing, Ukraine probably definitely about to be taken by Russia. It ain't gonna go that far because what? All these other things gotta happen. It can't get to the point where America can't bring the chip. You see what I'm saying? To where it can't get a successful roundup and all these other things that we know got to take place. Where men, basically, it ain't citizens still in place to deliver other men up. Now, it could just go haywire. Like, they fucking do some shit like, oh shit, we got to put everybody in the Georgia Dome or the United Center or something like that because Russia's about to shoot, missiles over here or some shit. Some possible nuclear warfare is about to break out, and we got a bunch of underground bunkers in the United Center type shit, right? At that, if they can literally have everything come out at that point like that, you probably got the chips out, and they'd be like, well, and the only way you can get access to being safe, you have to get chipped. That's the only way you can get into the United Center. They can do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But my point more so is not that, is don't get too caught up in the fact that World War III is brewing, and forget all the other stuff got to happen before. You see? Which is men possibly delivering your ass up, man. You see? Because you will get caught up on that and forget you around a whole bunch of people that's about to be used by the government to get your ass. You got to remember, it's a whole game. It's 5-on-5. It ain't just who guarding you. Those are getting what I'm saying. Go ahead, bro. You got it. Whatever you want to speak on.
I got a little bit more. I'm gonna just hit the points. Matthew 10:35, it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." Let me see. There was like one more I've seen. Verse 22, it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved." yeah, I'll just going into the point that the brother made. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget. You know what I'm saying? These specific things are written about. You know what I'm saying? This is Yahushua saying these things too. You know, so we definitely got to pay attention to it. Ultimately, you know, but the Lord said, you know, He sent us in the midst of wolves. You know what I'm saying? Sheep in the midst of wolves. So you know, we definitely got to be circumspect. You know what I'm saying? Be diligent. You know. So
Okay,
that's it.
so go ahead and start letting brothers rock. Let's go ahead and finish what you got, Tazabah, and then you brothers got it. You know, I got something quick too, but you got it, bro. Just want to finish that, and then you brother got the flow.
All right. We Amos 4:11. I have overthrown some of you as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. No,
Okay.
take that back.
So to tie home what he was just reading, which is the previous verse, right? And where you at, brother?
Amos 4:11.
Right, which is he was reading verse 10. To link that with what the brother was just mentioning, you got us knowing that, right? What the brother Nakoya just read, okay? And now you either hear, because you can have IUIC members watching us right now, GMS members, you know, just brothers that's on their own, you know what I'm saying? ICBK, scoffers, whoever the fuck, right? Whoever, right? That should make you basically realize whether or not your camp stinks or not, you know? And if you by yourself, whether or not the spirit that is with you stinks or not. Because if your camp not telling you that, right, giving you this game, you probably about to die. You know, there is death, because what's also synonymous with stink? Death. You know? So why haven't you repented yet? As the brother finished off in that verse, you got to talk about.
All right. So Amos 4:11 continues, says, and ye were as firebrand plucked out of the burning, yet have ye not returned to me, saith the Lord.
See? The Lord puts you in the game to take you away from the fire necessarily. Like, we still down here among the fire. Like, fuck, we literally are in a place where it's going to be submerged, where everything's going to be submerged in fire. We are here right now. You sitting in a home right now that's going to be submerged in fire. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord, he has basically kept us away from it, you know, by giving us this. You know, giving us an opportunity to be like, yo, it's men, you know, which is all. They're basically the situation for all the awakened Hebrew Israelites. But you have some that still haven't taken up the offer. They haven't returned back to him. They haven't acknowledged this. You know, your camp is supposed to be. If your camp, listen, if your camp don't got no prophets, you gonna die. Period. If your church don't got no prophets, you're gonna die. That's the navigation system, man. You got men that know the law, men that deal with herbs, government, stuff like that. But ultimately, right, if your church don't got no apostles or prophets, you're gonna die, man. Because they give you a certain mentality you need, man. They give you the information you need. Go ahead, brother.
That was it for the 11th verse.
Keep going.
God. Amos 4:12. Therefore, thus will I do unto thee, O Israel.
See? Come on.
And because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel.
See? Go ahead.
For lo, he that formeth the mountains and createth the wind and declareth unto man what is his thought.
There it is. Go ahead.
That maketh the morning darkness and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, the God of hosts, is his name.
Shit, crazy. You about to get ready to meet the man that made mountains. You know, we was driving through the mountains. I was scared of the mountains, man. You know, they should. I ain't gonna say scared. They had me shook a little bit. So because they so powerful, just humongous. It's like you just get lost, you get lost in them, and brother know, that brother know too. The times about, you probably seen them in Seattle,
like say you don't know you in the mountain. You don't know nothing about a mountain until you in one. So you actually in that mug. You realize everything outside of that mountain, is outside of it. Like it'd be something that I have to have better words to explain, but that's what I can say for now.
But you see why the Lord used that example to basically get us to realize who we about to meet. One of his creations you can't even articulate for real. Like it's a feeling you got that you can't even articulate. Right? Now we're talking about the power that made that.
Man.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, if I can, just to give a testimony on that too. That said, when I was younger, I went with like family friends to go climb Mount Rainier. That's in Washington State, and I can completely attest to the fact that it's like a whole different ball game. Because you'd be like walking on a trail, but you got like a whole cliff on your side. You know what I'm saying? And you just looking down, you seeing like the whole scale of everything that could, possibly happen all in that moment. And like multiple things, you know what I'm saying, you seeing could be a possibility to happen. You know what I'm saying? I remember I'm like looking up the entire time, just expecting to see some type of avalanche happen. You know what I'm saying? Just because, I know that's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I got some. I'm passing to you, brother. Pass to you, brothers. I got two quick scriptures. This is Isaiah 47:3. It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered." You see? That go back to a baby. See that?
Okay.
Whether or not you a nurture baby, is what I'm saying. A nourished baby. You're gonna see a bunch of Lord gonna strip all these babies, ones that thought they was adults and then Ferraris and grown bitches because she got ass and titties. Lord gonna strip, He gonna strip. It's really going into Esau, but it's also going into his people, Jake too, because it said what manner the ruler is, so are the people. You know what I'm saying? So when the Lord stripped Esau, who's a baby, that's why I said, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them, because Esau like a fucking kid. He's the same baby. He's still on the same shit when he was a baby. Kicking Jacob, trying to come out first. I was in Egypt first. I was in America first. Stupid nigga, man. Now he gonna strip him, including everything he's become and all the people he has, gotten unto him, right? Heaped unto him. And whole time they babies, which is full circle because baby's supposed to be nourished up on what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, be good. And basically, when you strip these people, they're gonna what? Even though it's ain't even my point, they're gonna strip these mugs, and you're gonna see whether or not they good, man. You're gonna see a bunch of malnourished people, man. And that basically will symbolize what? Death. If you think about it, that's death. Being malnourished indicates death. Are you malnourished in this truth? Because if so, you're gonna die. Shorty thinking she could do what she want to do is because she malnourished, bro. Why do you think they say women act like babies and kids? She malnourished, bro. You see? And if she malnourished, she gonna die. But anyway, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will that what? You ain't been eating. Thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and it's the point. I will not meet thee as a man. As the brother just said, to link up with Tazabah. Prepare to meet thy creator. Well, the Lord said he ain't gonna meet thee as a man. We're about to meet the power that created a creation we can't even explain. It gives us chills to the point we can't even explain it. He said, get ready. We're about to meet him, though. but he just said he ain't gonna meet us as a man. So we're about to experience, we're about to meet a bunch of events that's gonna sit. You're not even gonna be able to articulate. Pretty much, this shit is only gonna be going on until that time comes. Jacob Trouble really hit. You ain't gonna be able to articulate no more. That's why he says he's gonna make our tongue cleave to our mouth. We're gonna know what's going on, but we ain't gonna be able to explain it. It's gonna be fucking crazy. You know? That's how it's gonna be. And I got one more, and you brothers, Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 11. Nope, not 9. Where we at? Yeah, 12, chapter 9, verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. See? So basically, you can't get caught up you can't get lost, man, because you don't never know, like how Shai said all the time. He knew he gonna have to get crucified. He used to talk about all the time. It's like we always talk about how we gonna get delivered up. But he will always say his time is not yet come. But see, the difference is Shai knew when he knew when the time will be when they would deliver him up. But it says right here, with Solomon, which is Yahweh Shai, we don't know our time though. So it's so spiritual because me and the brother was just talking about it. When you park, right, don't never park facing in, park in reverse. Because if somebody following you, right, this is how I'll just be moving in general. You got a better chance of getting out if you faced out versus trying to reverse out. You know what I'm saying? You know, face the other way, because you never know who following you, man. You see what I'm saying? We was just talking about that, right, bro?
Yeah, kind.
Can't make this shit up, man. So you don't know your time. I was just saying, like, yo, we know they gonna get us, but we never know when they're gonna get out on us. You never know. One day at camp, it might be time to get rounded up.
It's time to go.
Yeah, and it was probably your cousin or some shit, Motherfucker came to the door and jacked them up like, motherfucker, The brother was just talking about that, Basically, your mama gonna give you up, man. You might as well hang it up, man. He had just said it randomly by the spirit, the brother Kazak. He was just sitting talking. I don't think he was talking about Jacob's trouble. But he had just said that about the spirit, and it stuck with me. He was like, no, I already knew that anyway, but it just came out of nowhere. It had nothing to even do with nothing. He was just like, man, you might as well hang it up. He's like, your mama he's like, of course your mama gonna tell you.
I can't remember seeing that.
Yeah, it ain't had nothing to do with nothing. See that? So that link up was my whole point. So you brothers got it. You don't know your time, man. So just keep that in mind. Like it's certain shit we ain't gonna, but everything you do, that's basically that. So you brothers got something here.
John, I got something up.
You got it. Go ahead. I got it.
So, Sirach 33 and 14. It says, good is set against evil and life against death. It says, so is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. Just tying into the point of being aware of who you're walking with, who you're talking to, and because we know that what the times are, the end of the end, and like according to the scriptures, life is against death. This word is pretty much Yahweh Shai against the world, me against the world, like that Tupac song, That's exactly what it is, you'll be hated for this truth. And a lot of the the leaders in the other camps, they don't tell you that's gonna be a thing. They're not getting you prepared for what's to come. And it's coming quickly. Going back to the Habakkuk,
Yep.
it's coming quick.
Yep. Just like pretty much that link up with that's why I said, oh, you princes of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment? Who hate my people, who hate the evil and love the good, who pluck off the skin of my people. That's going into these camp leaders. They unclothe you. You go to the church, you come out dumber, when you go into these churches than you were before you went into them. And it's really the same thing damn near with these camps. Because how are you to awaken to the God of the Bible, but you basically telling everybody, which is the God that don't play, and which is supposed to be completely against where we just were, which was in a Christian church, or the Catholic, fucking building, whatever you call that shit, which is the places where they don't even open the book, basically. How the hell you gonna tell these people that basically ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble, man, or everything ain't gonna be good? So that's completely unclothing Jake, man. That's that covering. They taking the covering off of them, because the whole point of knowing you were Israelite is knowing about the God of Israel. What makes you what you are. And you go to these camps, they basically just stripping niggas. Basically, niggas is becoming bones again. Basically, what's happening. It's crazy. That's all I gotta say, just to add to the point.
Yeah, if I could add to that, taking the part about Jacob's trouble out is a real vital part of this, because that part is is vital to get to the kingdom and everything, because without the tribulation, because all that is emphasized, the tribulation is emphasized, the fire is also emphasized. Acts 14:22, through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right. It doesn't. The scriptures don't say anything about it being a easy path. The comparison to birth pains and labor pains. All that is things that are unpleasant. Basically, the scriptures tell you to be prepared for great pain, great tribulation. Be prepared to go through some shit. And if they're not teaching that, then that's they're missing a whole lot. And if they're missing that, then they're missing, the big purpose. That's it.
Yeah, I got something real quick. It's 1 Corinthians. Unless brothers got something to say, what the brother just said.
What you going with something else?
No, it's pretty much on point.
You got it.
1 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, it says, "Now some are puffed up, as though I would not come to you. But I will come to you shortly, if the Lord will, and will know not the speech of them which are puffed up, but the power. For the kingdom of God is not in word, but in power." And ultimately that's the major point that we get into on, these camp leaders, church leaders who are, not on page, because this knowledge will puff you up. It can puff you up, I would say, and this, everything that we speaking of, and I'm trying to aid to a bunch of points, the point the brother Tazabah made, and a point that we made earlier, which is the fact that, how that mountain is, that great mountain, whoever experienced it, brothers had said a few things about mountains, like we all experience that, and we basically see the power. We don't even have words to explain that, and that's ultimately like what's being trickled down here. Like the brother Tazabah was just saying, like they said we're going through much tribulation, but we actually feel these things, and that's the power, You know, we can read the words and we know these words and we know what it says, but the power is ultimately what we are truly experiencing, and we're going to experience it on high.
I got some.
Okay.
Unless a brother want to get it. This is 2 Ezra 8, and we start at verse. We start at 40, 45. This is 2 Ezra 8, 45. It
Can you
says,
get it?
yeah, if brothers want to get it, you can get it. You know.
Down there.
Okay, you got it. Verse 45. We read through.
2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 45. It says, "Be not wroth with us, but spare thy people." It says, "And have mercy upon thine own inheritance, for thou art merciful unto thy creature."
Yeah, why are scriptures like this written, man? Go ahead.
It says, "Then answered he me and said, Things present, so like things present
Present.
are for the present." It says, "And things to come for such as be to come."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if I can add real quick, niggas, you got camps that's telling you, all right, y'all, let's go watch the Super Bowl. You know, and Ukraine, they probably gonna get hit with nukes tomorrow, type shit. You know,
Yeah.
this shit crazy, like this shit really happened. And niggas watch the fucking Super Bowl, but don't know what the fuck going on. Niggas don't know their head from their ass, man.
Talking about the Winter Olympics.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 47, "For thou comest far short, that thou shouldest be able to love my creature more than I."
Mm-hmm.
It says, "But I have oft times drawn nigh unto thee, and unto it, but never to the unrighteous."
Yeah, you know, basically in comparison to these camp leaders, they think you don't, like, basically Ezra thought he had the game plan that's needed for Jake versus what the Lord will was. That's why I say you need to prove what the will be, be of understanding of what the will of the Lord is in Ephesians 5. He wasn't doing that. So the angel had to come check him, you know. Basically, he was kicking something else. This is what these camp leaders find themselves doing, not saying that Ezra was with the camp leaders necessarily, but, you know, they was doing this, you know, they're doing this, you know, and it's on some wicked shit, really. Man, really it is. So it's like what you doing that you think you got a better way or you can love Israel better than the Lord can love Israel. You can't think, Nate, or whoever the hell, you could tell our people basically is you should think in your mind that it's better for them to just hear smooth things. You know, they're the Israelites. No, the Lord got all this written for them to hear for a reason, man. You know? But since but what you not basically wanting them to hear this, it's like you think you could love the Lord's creature more than him. No, it don't matter how this feels, man. You can't love the Lord's daughters more than him. Tell her what he telling them according to the Bible. It don't matter how she feels. You think, well, I know my wife, she ain't ready for all this. Bro, you better tell her, bro. You think you love the Lord creature more than her? More than him? You know? But that's basically what you're doing by not giving them this word, man. And something, you know, you thinking something else. Go ahead.
It says, "For thou comest far short, that thou shouldst be able to love my creature more than I, for I have oft times drawn nigh unto thee, and unto it, but never to the unrighteous."
Yep, go ahead.
It says, "In this also thou art marvelous before the Most High." It says,
because in that regard, just keep going.
Con.
Basically, you can't do better than the Lord just off the fact you make mistakes he don't make. You know, you draw near unto the right unrighteous, but he never would, you know, unless they're gonna repent. Like basically, you double-minded. You know what I'm saying? You got respect of persons. You got tendencies to have respect of persons, etc. So it's impossible for you to love the creature more than me. You know? But go ahead.
It says, in this also thou art marvelous before the Most High.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, in that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee,
Yep, go ahead.
and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous.
Yep.
It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because
you got men thinking they made it, you know, they know they're in the king. You got niggas dressing like when you see the families taking the kingdom looking pictures, but they don't even know if they're gonna make it. Ain't nothing wrong with putting your coat on and, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, we in the book of Eli times, man. Really? Eli got fly at the end of the movie, you know? He had on all white at the end of the movie. You know?
All right. I could. That's an increment.
Exactly. One thing established the good of another. You don't get two unless you got 1 + 1. You know? Go ahead.
It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell, that in the latter time shall dwell in the world.
So the Lord, go ahead, finish.
It says, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah, a nigga not knowing really if he stinks to the Lord or not. Really, you know, because if you know the scriptures, you know. You just hope he acknowledged, you know, that, you know, because the Lord, he ain't unrighteous like that. You got it right according to scriptures and you sincere, you good. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna keep playing, we ain't gonna push it like that, but you still just know the Lord do what the fuck he wanna do, man. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why these people about to get judged, because they're not even considering that the Lord, he makes the pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he ain't made it yet, man. He just called you. Mothers get told they're Israelite. Now you got mothers that paint themselves literally on the chariot and only push that, you know? You know? You got it, you know? You got fucking women and shit walking around like this shit crazy, man. They're not even considering like they could die. You know, if they got it right. You know, it's a balance, man. There's nothing wrong with if you want to see yourself on a chariot, okay, cool, envision that. But where's the balance? What if you got to be a martyr? You spent all this time, you know? IUIC ain't gonna be ready. If they imagine if them niggas get rounded up, you know? They're gonna be most high Christ, you know, they folding. A lot of it's so many Jakes that know they Israelites that's gonna take the chip. Because you don't want to stomach getting humbling down right now. You don't want to stomach getting disciplined. You know, you don't want to stomach the concept of, you know, dealing in seasons like the Lord, when you're supposed to be like the Lord, but yet you a God. You know, the Lord don't try to bring snow when it's summer. You know what I'm saying? You know, brother want 14 wives right now. You know. Damn, bro.
The Sister Wives, the Israelite edition.
Brother done, you know how you in the parades you can make your car into a float. Brother turn, he built a chariot around his car. Drive around town, that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You tell her when.
Right, with the paleo on it and everything. His name on the back.
Fringes.
Jake is gonna get it, man.
He gonna put fringes on the chariot.
That's some proud shit, you know. that's some proud ass shit, man. If you can't see it's proud, you need to think on it. It's proud, you know? That's some
with,
proud shit.
with the state license plates on it.
That's the equivalent of a nigga that put the the American flags on their trucks. Because they so proud. That's pride, bro. You know, you're supposed to still understand, okay, I'm in slavery, but I am a king. You know what I'm saying? You're just dealing balance. Some days you're on your king shit. Some days you're on some, you know, you always a humble servant. Brothers should get what I mean. If you don't, you know, we talk about it later. But, you know, that's basically that, man. You know, I mean, I say it now because I don't want to leave nobody else. But yeah, you know, you just got days when you get a haircut or some shit, you know, oiled up and shit, you know, you good, you know what I'm saying? Stones on, jewelry, whatever, right? And you got those days where you know, you ready to go from ashy to classy. You know what I'm saying? You in your ashy stage, you know what I'm saying? Your ashy shit, you know, but you in the spirit.
If I could.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I wish he showed that that versatility, if you will. You know, like the Lord, he didn't have a home, you know, he said that openly, you know, no certain dwelling place.
Right.
You know, but also it was times, you know, the Lord, you know, he was getting pampered, you know. He's getting his you know, his body oiled, you know, oil put on his feet, you know.
Yeah, man. It's the turn up. You seeing right now who really in the spirit or not, man. Are you watching the Super Bowl or building up on knowledge, getting game? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me be assessing everybody around this motherfucker. Yeah, you're going through your phone book, seeing who been calling you, who got the most access to you right now of those that are on the other side. These are the thought processes you should be having, you know? Because it's going to be hard to put all that shit off like that, you know? Just how hard it is to stop on a dime when you got fat ass, out of shape legs. That's how it's going to be, you know? You ain't been tending to, you know, who really ain't on your side and how to keep them in a certain place and pretty much trying to control how much access they have to you. You know, you spend no time doing that, and then the time comes when you have to completely cut them off and not have them, you know, you ain't gonna be able to do it. You're gonna try to stop on a dime and travel. You're gonna fall over, you know? Nigga, shoes pop, bust out his feet, bust out his shoes. You know? Reggie Bush was able to stop on the dime because he worked on that shit, man. You know? Period. Start putting you get your ducks in the order right now, man. You know? Lord willing, we get out of here, man. We be on that shit, man. You know? We be on those ships together, because there ain't gonna be no more curse. Ain't gonna be no more low self-esteem, down the dumps, Satan fucking with you. You know? You just gonna want to cheese all the time, man. That's what we fighting for, bro. You know, and we about to get that. We know it's here. We can smell it. You know. I know how it is. You know. Period, man. All right, go ahead. What we got? You can continue, brother. Yeah, brother. Got you.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 51. It says, "But understand thou for thyself,
Yep.
and seek out the glory for such as be like thee."
Yep. It's that simple, man. So all these people don't get it. You better be getting it. Well, all these awakened jakes. You got heads that's not. If you only knew his heads bullshitting, you know, you got to really think about that. You be like, damn, the Lord gave them. The Lord gave men like 15 years in this truth, 20 years, and I ain't gonna say to the 20 club, but you know, men, it's like 10 range, 15 range. You know what I'm saying? You know, 5. You know, yeah, like 5 and up. You know what I'm saying? And they just been bullshitting. You know, straight bullshitting. Like they just been talking. They bring out all the right scriptures, but they ain't got no fucking wisdom. If the Lord can show you that, if he can show all of us that, you'll be like, what? Then you'll understand why he brought you in the time he brought you in, you know? Because it ain't about how long you really been in, you know? Because time just gives what? Experience. So upon time, a lot of time, there's to be a lot of experience, you know? But, you know, you got reasoning for why men will probably be in longer. You know what I'm saying? the others. But that's a whole nother thing. But that's just something to really think about, man. That it's a lot of brothers right now that's bullshitting with the opportunity. They got sisters and they gonna die. They're gonna fucking die. So you have to understand for yourself, man. Because the Lord not playing. You know, we got a date with destiny, brothers. You know, straight up. We the Hebrew Israelites, the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Ain't no getting out of this shit. You turn when the Super Bowl go off, guess what? Jake still this you know. Nothing wrong watching the Super Bowl, but do you know, it's your ducks in a row. If a roundup happened right now, would you be good? Could you escape? Would you know what to do? You know? You got sick, would you know what to do? You know? This the shit we dealing with, man. You know? Brothers got something?
Con. There's Revelation 22:19. It says, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life. It says, and of the whole and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. You know, so some, you know, camp leaders and, you know, your TD Jakes, these fake Christians, you know, who are teaching to these other Jakes, they completely take out the bad in the scriptures. Not in you know, the times of trouble, I would say, you know, from the scriptures, and that's you can't do that, man, according to the Bible, man, according to God, like, or else you're gonna get destroyed. You know, why? Because you're not gonna be ready. You know, in Matthew 3 and I think it's 18, it says that he that believeth not on me is condemned already. Word.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
Know? These people, they're eating good right now because they're making money off you Jakes. They're pretty much finessing you Jakes to make their lifestyles what they are right now, but you can't live off that forever, man. It's not gonna last forever. You know? In Matthew in the 4th chapter, it tells you that you can't man shall not live off bread alone, but by every word. You know, when you go to the thumbnail, that's what it's gonna be, man. Like, this word is gonna get you through the hard times, the troubles, you know, because you're gonna be prepared for it, man. You've been preparing, you've been putting in time in the gym, you know, and then when it's game time, it's time to perform.
Yeah, when your store run out of food, can you fast long enough? Can you fast long enough? You know, like for myself, I've never fasted 2 days in a row. I fasted three days
consecutively.
Yeah, consecutively, but I ain't never did, you know, which I plan to do, you know what I'm saying? But if you only gonna fast like once or twice, bro, you might as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Then I had the so-called Muslim background growing up, so we did the Ramadan shit. So I was already prone to the fasting shit. Dry fast, not no. You got brothers that came in that thought fasting is when you just don't eat, but you can drink water or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or brush your teeth. No, you don't do nothing. You damn near sit and sweat and pray and read. That's fasting. You know? You hold your flesh. You got mothers just eating Subway and shit every day. You know? You're gonna be fucked, bro. They can't I'm on a wine fast right now just to share some things. I'm on a wine fast. Not to talk about myself, just sharing things that brothers can use. You know, fuck it. I'll find a new way to cope and feel happy. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of things the Lord say you can use to make your mind happy. You know, which is why one would drink. Which wine is a health benefit to it. But ultimately refraining from things. That's the number one health benefit you can have. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take a break from certain things you usually do. You know? If you get a lot of haircuts, take a fast from that. This truth really a fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, just start doing stuff like that, you know? Deal with your woman every day, take a week off. You know what I'm saying? And this goes, I say, that's funny. Go ahead, bro. If brother got something.
Yeah, I got some.
Yeah, I can't. That's funny. Go ahead.
This 2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 9.
Yeah.
It says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just to land me back off what the brother, the War said, you know, you can't take out from this book, you know, if you got to go through, you know, tribulations, hardships, it's there, you know, you got to do so, because without it, you know, you're not in line or even in position to get your inheritance, you know, and that's what we're here for.
We're gonna get a few. If brothers got scriptures, bring them out. We're gonna end on this video. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end on this video we got. So go ahead and make this whole thing real, you know.
Scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 28. It says, "He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch."
Yep.
I said, I bring it up because you know the war was going into how, you know, these heads of these camps, you know what I'm saying? They basically hide the bag, you know what I'm saying? Because they want to take the bag, you know what I'm saying? And that's and what you doing that, you know what I'm saying, you gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord even said, you know what I'm saying, riches not coming for, you know, a niggard. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
No, you got it.
Con. Yeah, so ultimately, you know what I'm saying, we not to be trying to, you know what I'm saying, worry about these riches, you know what I'm saying, because we already know it's gonna perish away anyways, you know what I'm saying, and it's vanity, you know. We want to be dealing with the everlasting, you know what I'm saying, riches, which would be, you know what I'm saying, these scriptures, because these scriptures, you know what I'm saying, have a what's the word, a stand of the times, you know what I'm saying, even throughout the times of, you know, these different rulership, you know what I'm saying, changing the currency, you know what I'm saying, just the true riches, you know, ultimately, you know, and that's going to allow us to be able to flourish like a branch, you know.
Wow. Yeah, news just broke. It's a Russian warship chases off U.S. submarine near Pacific Islands, Moscow says. It says a Russian anti-submarine destroyer chased off a U.S. submarine near the Kuril Islands, forcing it to leave the country's territorial waters, Moscow said Saturday, amid raging tensions over Ukraine. So America can't do nothing for itself right now. It's finished, man. You know, this thing is really about to happen. This place is about to get opened up. The Lord said in all the increments in order, you know, or ultimately to see just his will. Like, damn, Lord, you really want to open this place up, man? You know? So, man, get used to seeing people getting ate by lions. Get used to seeing, that's why the Lord putting more incidents like these things out, man. Nigga got his damn hand mauled off by a damn Bengal, man. You know? Get used to this shit, man. You know? Like, really. He said it, man. So we probably ain't gonna get the video. Let me see if we get it. Yeah, we'll get it. I'm gonna play it real quick.
We began begin with the standoff over Ukraine.
Bro,
President Joe Biden is speaking with Russian
Bro,
President
got some-
Vladimir Putin as fears grow that
Yeah,
Moscow
I share the
will
screen.
attack on Ukraine in a matter of
bro, got
days.
some?
This comes as the State
Wow.
Department ordered non-emergency employees to leave the U.S.
All right,
And with the standoff over Ukraine, President Joe Biden is speaking with Russian President Vladimir Putin as fears grow that Moscow could launch an attack on Ukraine in a matter of days. This comes as the State Department orders non-emergency employees to leave the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv and urges Americans to leave Ukraine. Russia has staged most of the forces it needs to launch a full-scale invasion. Meanwhile, the U.S. is deploying more forces to East Europe. CBS News correspondent Christina Ruffini begins our coverage.
If you stay, you are assuming risk with no guarantee that there will be any other opportunity to leave, and there no prospect of a U.S. military evacuation.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan repeated warnings that the State Department has issued for weeks, but the message for Americans to leave Ukraine came with a new sense of urgency.
We obviously cannot predict the future. We don't know exactly what is going to happen, but the risk is now high enough, and the threat is now immediate enough that this is what prudence demands.
U.S. officials say Russia now has 80% of the forces it will need to launch a full-scale invasion, and the rest are en route. More than 100,000 Russian troops are amassed along Ukraine's borders, to the east in Russia and the north in Belarus.
We're in a window when an invasion could begin at any time. And to be clear, that includes during the Olympics.
Friday, the Pentagon announced
See how stupid these fucking people is? This is how stupid. America got the worst citizens on the face of the earth. Like, they're in the middle of war. Oh yeah, that's right. They're not going to care about the Olympics. No fucking shit. That's how. This to show you. That's to show you the condition, the status of these people you around, man. They're not prepared, bro.
it's sending 3,000 more troops into Poland to join the 3,000 others already there and in Romania.
He basically gave credence to the fact that it's a people. The people of America are the type of people to think one might, and even in war, you know, basically they need to be told that, yo, you watching the Olympics don't matter, you know. Because if you look at all these other nations and how serious their students are and the citizens are, they, you know, in comparison to the citizens of America, it's night and day, man. You know, these people have to literally just be told that we're in war and don't mind the Olympics or, you know, the Super Bowl or some shit. Basically, don't mind some shit that don't matter. You know, that shit crazy, man.
To reinforce allies should Putin decide to make a move. But the White House says the American military is not going into Ukraine to fight Russia or even to help evacuations.
That's a war.
Now listen, this is what I was talking about
Decide to
yesterday.
make there's already there and in Romania to reinforce allies should Putin
We're gonna stop it right here. If y'all want to go watch this video yourself, y'all can. But we're gonna stop after this. This is what I was talking about. Check this out.
decide to make a move. But the White House says the American military is not going into Ukraine to fight Russia.
Heard that, right? So what does that mean for the relationship between Ukraine and America now? That's one more step closer, increment closer, added to America being hated, the whore being hated. And these shall hate the whore, you know, and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You know? This bitch set me up.
Or even to help evacuations.
That's a war.
Into Ukraine decide to make a move. But the White House says the American military is not going into Ukraine to fight Russia or to help evacuations.
That's a world war when Americans and Russians start shooting at one another.
In an interview with NBC, President Vladimir Putin knows not to put American lives at risk.
I'm hoping that if in fact he's foolish enough to go in, he's smart enough not to in fact do anything that would negatively impact on American citizens.
Shit, Americans talk shit. It's like all the people here.
If you
Yeah, that's basically it. Y'all can watch that for myself. You know what I'm saying? Can't make it up, bro. You heard it yourself, man. So we close, we here. You know? It's happening. Understand for yourself and with our wisdom, man. Why you still can. So brothers got something?
Yeah, I got scripture.
You got it.
Mark 13:7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must be need. But the end shall not be yet. And that's what you was talking about, Shariaf, about certain things gotta happen first. It says, but not be yet. And then in 2nd Esdras 4:37, well, going back to that, basically, reading it, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and do not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Right. So it's things that gotta happen first. So yeah, Ukraine probably about to get attacked soon, but it's other stuff like delivered up, chip, and everything else that gotta come first.
Beautiful, brother. And that's still some good. Really, it's crazy, but it's good news for those that may be new or still like all of us. The more time you got to prepare it, the better. Can't we ain't no Bowie Miles niggas, man. Those that have seen Friday Night Lights. Brother got something? Brother say nah, I ain't gonna come.
I got one more. So
okay, go ahead, bro.
It's 2 Samuel chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David.
Right.
But David waxed stronger and stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's open, it's open for anybody to say something, but we talk about increments, we talking about the house of David waxing stronger and stronger incrementally, and the house of Saul waxing weaker and weaker, so if brothers got something to add, please do.
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 3. It says, the unwise king destroyeth his people. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
So this motherfucker about to be desolate then.
God. I definitely bring that up just because of the fact that these mugs literally going to show, war coming, but we got to bring up the Olympics, like, yeah, we all gonna die, but sadly we can't watch the Olympics. Like,
it's crazy.
It's like I was trying to think. There's another excuse that came to mind. I believe the brother Charles had brought it out last night during the highways, but basically where the mind of the king is, there's where the people's minds at. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately you just see, or Salaki, vice versa, where the people's minds at is where the king's mind's at. You know what I'm saying? Roughly paraphrasing, I believe, what he was going into. But you know what I'm saying? You can see that clearly. Everybody bugged the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So you can see that's where the rulers are. And if they bug the fuck out, you know what I'm saying, which is being unwise, you ain't doing nothing besides, you know what I'm saying, basically putting us on a platter, you know what I'm saying, to get devoured. So
let's get brothers got something. We close out Revelation 17 and to tie the brother point, tie the Bob point home, what he mentioned. That's a good thing we really want to leave off on with this. 17 and start at verse 15. Well, Shah,
Con.
go ahead.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 15, it says, "And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues."
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
says, "In the
a bunch
so
of dumbass people that's about to be, destroyed suddenly, for saying peace and safety. Go ahead.
It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast,
Mm-hmm.
these shall hate the whore,
Mm-hmm.
and shall make her desolate and naked,
Right. Which we see the reasons why. Go ahead.
and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
That's going to be the result of their anger due to the things she has done. The thottish things she has done, the scandalous things she has done. Go ahead.
It says, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will."
Mm-hmm.
That's full circle. It says, "And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled."
Yeah. And the point I want to make with this is the Lord got these people doing a bunch of stuff, right? All the way up until the point to the said measure is filled. You see what I'm saying? Then he's gonna move this thing on. So this is just another one of those things or increments, So this is, there's a bunch of things they're gonna do, that's just gonna add into the Lord's word completely just being fulfilled. Which, with us knowing how many more things is left to be filled, that just means this is just simply another one of those things that's gonna just add to getting to the point of his will being fulfilled, and being seen, which, in English translates for us more time, like the brother basically was saying. You know what I'm saying? For you to, get right, get good, get your ducks in order. Because this thing about to go down, man. All right. So, Russ, got anything else?
Wow.
All right, Con. So with that, Lord willing, you've been edified. We're going to give all honor, praise, and glory to the Heavenly Father, our Heavenly Father, in the name of his Son, Yahweh.
Bahashem, Yahushai, Waharakakadash.
All right. So until next time, Ababa Ball. Kwame Ashala. All right.
Death to America.